You guys, it's your boy Jeameave back in with Views from the Heart, and today the 2019 Infiniti QX80 courtesy of South Bay Infiniti. Once again, thank you so much to Luis and my guy Mark for this wonderful opportunity. And this Infiniti QX80 is top of the line trim. It has pretty much all the bells and whistles, all the amenities that one can option up this large SUV with. It is the largest offering that Infiniti currently has within their lineup for the SUV. It is a full spec SUV. It is not a crossover, and for the most part, it is a very large truck. But unfortunately, it is not necessarily large and in charge. It's kind of large, and that's about it. But anyway, I'm gonna take you guys and show you exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying, because although the interior is pretty lovely, there are some miscues, and I can see where they've skimped out a little bit here and there. But overall, I'm gonna make you guys be the judge, but I'm gonna give you more so my opinions, and more so take you with a walk around and see how this large SUV, the QX80, the flagship, is. Let's go ahead and take this bad boy for a spin. Let's go. So what's this like driving a 2019 Infiniti QX80 courtesy of South Bay Infiniti? Once again, thank you so much, especially to my guy Mark sitting with me shotgun. Well, I can tell you immediately, it's gargantuan. This is obviously the biggest. This is your one. That was. So I apologize. You know, I appreciate good vehicles when I see them. You know, but anyway, excuse me before I was interrupted. This is the biggest SUV and biggest vehicle that Infiniti currently has within its lineup, and like I said, it is obviously a gargantuan vehicle. It feels immediately almost exponentially bigger than a QX50 and a QX60. But despite the fact that it's so much proportionally bigger than the aforementioned crossovers, remember those are considered crossover and this is considered more of an SUV. I guess you can kind of discern between a crossover and a SUV is the fact that the headroom is bigger, and generally overall it's not as sleek. This is more boxy, if you will. It's a lot more spacious, and there's a lot more space in mind for you know, the occupants inside, as opposed to sleekness and overall aesthetics. And the thing is that despite the fact that this has a third row, and it is and feels so much bigger than the QX60, in reality, yes, the interior cabin space is bigger for its occupants. It's not really utilizing all of its space and proportions, in my personal opinion. I feel like it's big to be big, you know. It's like, because, and the reason why I say this is because if you have 7 people in here and you expect to go on a long road trip, there is absolutely zero space to carry anything in here. You cannot put numbers upon numbers of suitcases in here. It's just that's why I said, that's why I'm saying, like, it's a third row with a catch. And what's even more disingenuous about it is the fact that, unlike the QX60 that can adjust the middle seat occupants to give more space and alleviate cramped space for the third row occupants, these the middle seats in here, the pseudo captain chairs, if you will, there is no adjustment. It's really easy to get in. You know, you flip a button and the whole seat, you know, folds up itself, which is pretty cool, but there's no adjustment there. So whatever space is in the back, that's all you get. And as you can see, and while I'm sitting back there, I'm cramped, and I'm not even the biggest person by any means. There is no space back there. It's just kind of for toddlers, elementary school children at most. But like I said, I failed to see the value in here compared to a QX60. Yes, the interior is lovely, the coated seats and everything. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It's very comfortable. It rides really well, and it's equipped with a naturally aspirated 5.6 liter V8 pushing 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque, which is also made it to a 7-speed automatic. So there's no more CVT, and it's rear-wheel drive. So that's pretty interesting in and of itself. It has a maximum towing capacity of 8,500 pounds, while the vehicle itself, the SUV itself, has a curb weight of just about 5,800 pounds. So obviously, just by the curb weight alone, you can tell that this is large, to say the least. But overall, like I said, the interior is of good quality, but I'm very disappointed in the 1990s VCR behind the center armrest back here. I don't know what's going on with that. That's a little interesting. As you can see down here, the layout is cool and appealing, but like that's not a button. Like it's just for show. What is that? What is that, Mark? Like I don't know where they're trying to go. Like you would think it would be kind of like a finger sensitive dial and give a little pull here. Okay, that's actually, you can hear that little nice little beat rumble. Damn. Okay. You can kind of move a little bit in here. You know, it's like I said, I'm surprised because it weighs almost 6,000 pounds. That's almost 3 tons. With 2 of us in here, it's 3 tons. It's a very large vehicle, but it has good get up. It's very responsive, and I'm so glad that it's not that there's necessarily anything bad with the CVTs I've personally driven in the QX50 and the QX60, but I like just a little bit more feedback from the 7-speed automatic in here, and the response of the naturally aspirated V8 is very lovely, to say the least. I think that's pretty much the only thing going for this vehicle right now, in my personal opinion, is the fact that it comes with a nice gouty stout naturally aspirated V8. I mean, there's not much more you can really ask for as from Infiniti, especially with the fact that that and the V6 and the QX60 that I drove, these two vehicle options with the engines that it comes with in these 2 trims that I've experienced is the only 2 naturally aspirated options from Infiniti. Everything else is turbocharged in the name of efficiency. It's either a twin turbo V6 like in the Q60S Red Sport, or the 2-liter twin turbo, and it's invigorating. And like I said, again, one of the things that I find most questionable but yet pleasing, because I know they still can do it, but yet I know they're not going to bring this into any other vehicle most likely any time soon, is the fact that the steering in something this large is so communicative, especially compared to the first vehicle that I've driven courtesy of South Bay was the Q60S Red Sport. Why am I getting more feedback in this large gargantuan vehicle that has no business being driven in any sort of sporty manner? I'm getting everything I would like within Infiniti in this vehicle. Like, it feels like as if it's just a regular hydraulic power steering. To be honest, I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm telling you right now that it's giving me feedback that is reminiscent of such. And that is puzzling, to say the least. You know, like, it feels good. It's a very comfortable car to drive, but I feel like with this base price right now, starting for a QX80, this person almost caused a whole accident, but okay. People are hard out here. Damn, must have good insurance. But anyway, the base price for this is about $65,000, and with options, especially like in the ones in the individually optioned ones that I'm driving right now with the cruiser leather seats and all that, is about $80,000 out the door. Now, when you get into that sort of territory, you're competing with a lot of premium vehicles, and like I said, it is a very lovely interior overall, but like I said, there are some certain instances where I can see like, wow, okay, this is very out of place, this looks very antiquated, this doesn't look right, it just feels unbecoming of a car with this price tag. And I guess that could be the reason why it's not 100,000, you know. But if it's 80,000, that might as well be 100 miles. That's, I mean, let's be realistic. If you can afford 80,000, chances are you can probably afford a $100,000 vehicle. And that's where I think this vehicle is just outclassed by some of its contemporaries, in the sense that the sound deadening is great. Like I said, there's a lot of things that is really good and great about this vehicle. But at the same time, after having driven the QX60, within its lineup, I don't really see the premium, other than the sense that it's kind of like a haha got you, and I mean that in the sense that this is the most flexing, the most expensive, the biggest offering from Infiniti as it currently stands as of me recording this. This is the most expensive flagship Infiniti that one can purchase, and I feel like that's pretty much, other than the naturally aspirated V8, that's probably the only thing going for it. When you start looking at it objectively and start thinking about like, what exactly is it offering, what exactly does this vehicle have that possibly other Infinitis don't have, and it's the fact that it's well, it's a flex. You know, it's, and one thing that Mark did let me know too is that unfortunately these vehicles don't really sell like that, and it's a very good possibility that they could get rid of it completely. And with that in mind, I would say then, if you are so interested in the QX80, wait a few months, wait a year, whatever, to see what Infiniti is going to do with this specific lineup, because I guarantee you, once word catches that they're getting rid of it, there's probably going to be significant discounts for something like this. And I'm not going to say any numbers out there because I have no idea, but if for whatever reason you could possibly get something like this for a QX60 price, it would be a little bit more reasonable in my opinion. I could definitely get behind that, but at 80,000, personally, it's just, I can't. It's not for me. It doesn't fit my ideals in terms of what I would look for if I were to be spending that much money on a vehicle of this size. It's large, it feels large, but yet it doesn't feel overbearing either, in the sense that it feels very composed. It doesn't feel necessarily like a large luxury barge. It doesn't feel floaty, if you will, which is pretty nice. Many times, like I would assume, well, like I've driven a Tahoe before, and that thing felt like as if I made a wrong turn, I'll keel the whole SUV over. It doesn't really feel like that in here, but overall, it's just there's a lot of things to like about this vehicle, and then there's a lot of things that kind of makes you say, well, is it worth it? I mean, it has MPG wise 14 city and 20 highway. So it's you're not saving gas or saving the planet in here by any means. But I mean, granted, any vehicle this size, I think that's fairly respectable for something that weighs so much and usually will be carrying many occupants. And so, like I said, it's they did a pretty good job in the interior, and then they had some few miscues here and there where it just makes you like, why would you do that? This is supposed to be your most premium, the creme de la crop, and then you add certain things in here that makes me question, like, and I think that's where I'll leave it with, in the sense that the interior is great, but it's not necessarily at the level where its price point is, and that's disconcerting. I would say that, like I said, if you are so interested in the QX80, wait a few months to a year, see what Infiniti is going to do with this model lineup specifically, and you could probably snag one for a pretty good deal. It's comfortable. The sound deadening is great. It's a great vehicle objectively in a vacuum. But then when you start comparing it to other things, you're kind of like, well, is the money value really there? And I guess that's really can only be answered by an individual that really wants to stick with Infiniti. So overall, like I said, personally, would I own this? No, because I think that QX60 is far better, especially for money wise and what you're getting overall. And like I said, it's interesting and perplexing to see that this is so much bigger than the QX60, but yet it's inside the cabin wise for its occupants, it offers similar space. I feel like the utilization of space in here is not the smartest, to say the least. But overall, like I said, once again, thank you so much to South Bay Infiniti and my guy Mark sending me shotgun. Mark, can you please tell the viewers where can they reach you personally at if people were interested in either Infiniti or have any questions for you?
You could walk in, reach me at Infiniti of South Bay. We're located at 2900 Pacific Coast Highway in the city of Torrance, down here in the South Bay. Or you can reach me directly at 213-915-7881. I'm available through call or text.
So Mark, not to necessarily put you on the spot per se, but what do you think overall about the QX80 so far and everything that I've pretty much said? Like, what is your overall general opinion of it, and what do you think of the value of it? I mean, it's kind of hard saying that because you're a salesperson, but I appreciate honesty, you know?
I mean, it's a nice vehicle. It's large. I'm coming from somebody who used to drive a Tahoe, and to me, this feels larger. This ride is smooth. I do like the features, the navigation, the blind spot, a lot of the forward emergency braking, predictive.
It's all so nice, you know.
But as far as the price of it, yeah, it's a little high.
It's just a little too much, you know. Like I said, it's weird because when you compare this to the QX60 and within Infiniti's lineup, there's so much better value than QX60. And I would say that for anyone looking for something like this, because like I said, it's weird in the sense that this is so much bigger proportionally. Don't get me wrong, the interior space for individuals in here is good. Any body type can reasonably fit in here. If you can't fit in here, you have bigger concerns to worry about. But overall, like I said, it's comfortable. The seats are very comfortable. Overall, they did a pretty good job. But like I said, when you're competing at this price bracket and you're pricing yourself in sort of that top tier, there are certain things in here that shouldn't be here, and that's, I guess that's just the way it is to you know, lower the price a little bit. But like I said, this is basically $100,000. There's a lot to expect, and there's a lot you should expect that shouldn't be here as well, you know. So with that said, it's your boy Jeameave with the Views from the Heart. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys so much. It's a great vehicle when looking at it in a vacuum, but for me personally, I would behoove anyone watching this that is cross-shopping within Infiniti's lineup to look at the QX60 first over this, because I would personally be happy with the QX60 than this, and I think most people would too. So that being said, it's your boy Jeameave, Views from the Heart. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Appreciate you guys so much. Catch you going in the next one. I'm out.